Hello, I'm Dr. Arthur. Welcome back to your home for healthy aging. Have you noticed recently that when you try to walk down a long, straight hallway, you find your body subconsciously drifting to the left or to the right? Do you step forward intending to move in a perfectly straight line, only to find yourself occasionally veering sideways as if an invisible force is gently pushing you off course? Or perhaps, when you are walking down the sidewalk with your spouse or a close friend, you repeatedly bump into their shoulder, forcing you to constantly micro-correct your steps just to maintain a normal path. Most people look at this subtle loss of direction and completely dismiss it. They tell themselves, "I am just getting a little clumsy. My eyes are just playing tricks on me," or "it is just a natural, harmless sign of getting older." But as a physician, I am here to issue a critical clinical warning. Losing the ability to walk in a straight line, a phenomenon medically classified as gait deviation or spatial ataxia, is not a benign consequence of aging. It is a major red flag indicating a progressive breakdown in the neurological wiring between your brain, your inner ear, and your feet. When you can no longer walk straight, your world instantly becomes a much more dangerous place. You start avoiding narrow spaces, you hesitate to walk through busy crowds, and your brain is forced to work twice as hard just to keep you upright. This constant mental overwork creates profound physical fatigue. But the true medical emergency is the catastrophic fall waiting to happen. If your body cannot maintain a straight trajectory, it means your balance reflexes are failing. The moment your foot encounters an unexpected slant, a wet surface, or a simple curb, your nervous system will be too uncalibrated to catch you. A fall caused by gait deviation at age 70 or 80 often happens sideways. Sideways falls are uniquely dangerous because they place the direct force of the impact onto the femoral neck, leading to immediate hip fractures, or onto the temporal bone, leading to severe traumatic brain injuries. But losing your straight stride is not a permanent sentence. Today, under the clinical guidance of Dr. Arthur, we are going to fix the root cause of this drift. I am going to reveal the hidden biological reasons why your internal compass is failing. And most importantly, I will guide you through the 5 ultimate, clinical-grade sensory and physical coordination exercises. These drills are designed to recalibrate your brain's navigation system, sharpen your foot-to-brain reflexes, and restore a perfectly straight, confident, and unshakable stride. This is a comprehensive, step-by-step gait rehabilitation and neurological calibration masterclass. If you are ready to stop drifting, eliminate walking anxiety, and protect your physical independence, make sure you are subscribed to Dr. Arthur, turn on your notification bell, and let us begin this critical transformation together. To successfully eliminate this dangerous sideways drift, we must look at the 3 distinct sensory pillars that allow a human being to move perfectly straight through space. This system is called your balance triad, and it relies on your eyes, your inner ear vestibular system, and your lower body proprioceptors. First, let us examine the inner ear, specifically the vestibular system. Inside your skull, you have tiny, fluid-filled channels lined with microscopic hair cells. Every time you move your head, this fluid sloshes around, sending lightning-fast electrical signals to your brain to tell it exactly where your head is located relative to gravity. As we cross the threshold of age 70, the number of these vital hair cells naturally declines, and the fluid channels can become sluggish. This creates a severe sensory mismatch. Your eyes see that you are walking forward, but your inner ear tells your brain that you are tilting. This internal conflict causes your motor cortex to make incorrect adjustments to your legs, causing you to subconsciously drift sideways to compensate for a tilt that does not actually exist in reality. Second, we must address your brain's main coordination computer, the cerebellum. Located at the base of your skull, the cerebellum receives data from your eyes, your inner ear, and the millions of tiny pressure sensors located on the soles of your feet. It instantly blends this information together to tell your muscles exactly how hard to contract to keep you moving straight. However, With age and decreased vascular circulation, the efficiency of the cerebellum slows down. The electrical signals traveling up from your feet take slightly longer to arrive. By the time your brain realizes your left foot landed at an irregular angle, you have already taken 2 more crooked steps, compounding the deviation and forcing an aggressive, unstable stagger to correct it. Finally, we must look at muscle asymmetry. Over decades of life, we naturally favor one side of our body. We stand more on one leg, we carry bags on one shoulder, or we accommodate an old injury in one knee. After age 70, as overall muscle mass drops, this hidden asymmetry becomes exposed. One leg becomes significantly weaker at pushing off the ground than the other. This creates an uneven mechanical drive, similar to a car with low air pressure in one tire. Your body is naturally pulled toward the weaker side with every single step you take. Today, we are going to manually retrain this entire network. We are going to use targeted neurological drills to force your cerebellum to recalibrate, shock your inner ear back into perfect alignment, and balance out the muscular power of your lower extremities so you can walk perfectly straight without even thinking about it. Now, let us systematically analyze the 5 clinical exercises you must practice to eliminate gait deviation. We will break down the exact setup, the precise execution tempo, the breathing mechanics, and the neurological targets for each movement. Drill 1. The Tandem Line-Trace Stride, Cerebellar Calibration. This exercise directly targets the vermis, the central region of your cerebellum responsible for regulating straight-line locomotion. It forces your brain to utilize sensory data from your feet rather than relying purely on your vision. The setup. Locate a long, straight line on your floor, such as the seam between wooden planks, a grout line in tile, or you can place a long strip of brightly colored painter's tape on a rug. Ensure you are next to a long kitchen counter or a wall so you can touch it for safety if you lose your balance. Stand at one end of the line. The execution. Fix your eyes forward, at a stationary point on the wall at eye level. Do not look down at your feet. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, step your right foot forward, placing it directly on the line so that your right heel lands touching the very tip of your left toes, exactly like walking a tightrope. Pause in this locked position for 1 full second to allow your nervous system to stabilize. Then, smoothly step your left foot forward, placing your left heel directly in front of your right toes. Continue traveling down the line for 10 sequential steps. The blueprint variables. Perform 3 full lengths of the line, 10 steps forward, then turn around and do 10 steps back. Move with a slow, deliberate cadence, taking a full 2 seconds per step. Drill 2, vestibulo-ocular fixation marches, inner ear synchronization. This drill isolates and strengthens the vestibulo-ocular reflex. It stabilizes your vision while your body is in motion, stopping the inner ear from sending false tilting signals to your legs. The setup. Stand tall next to a wall or stable table for security. Place a small piece of colored tape or a sticky note with an X written on it on the wall directly in front of you at eye level, about 3 to 4 feet away. The execution. Lock your eyes onto the center of the X and do not break gaze for the entire exercise. Begin marching slowly in place, lifting your knees up toward your waist rhythmically. While continuing to march, slowly turn your head 45 degrees to the right, then 45 degrees to the left, all while keeping your eyes completely fixed on the target. Keep your head movement smooth and continuous, like a slow metronome. The blueprint variables. March in place while rotating your head for 45 seconds continuously. Complete 2 total sets, breathing deeply through your nose. Drill 3. The blind sensory footprint hold, proprioceptive awakening. This exercise completely removes your vision, forcing your brain to rapidly overclock the nerve receptors on the soles of your feet and inside your ankle joints to maintain perfect verticality. The setup. Stand inside a corner of your room, facing outward, so that you have a wall directly behind you and a wall immediately to your side within arm's reach. Stand with your feet close together, almost touching. The execution. Stand perfectly upright, roll your shoulders back, and place your arms down by your sides. Signifying a deep focus, gently close both of your eyes. The instant your vision shuts off, you will feel your body begin to sway slightly as your brain searches for spatial data. Focus all of your mental attention on your feet. Feel how your weight shifts from your toes to your heels. Use your toe muscles to grip the floor and keep yourself perfectly centered. Hold this blind balance for 20 to 30 seconds. If you feel yourself drifting too far, simply open your eyes or touch the wall. The blueprint variables. Complete 3 sets of 30-second blind holds daily. Drill 4. Unilateral hip hike equalizers, correcting structural asymmetry. This drill targets the quadratus lumborum and the gluteus medius muscles. It balances the pelvic height, eliminating the mechanical unevenness that pulls your body toward your weaker side. The setup. Stand tall on the bottom step of a staircase, or use a solid, low exercise platform. Step your left foot securely onto the platform, allowing your right foot to hang off the edge in empty space. Hold on to the banister or wall firmly for balance. The execution. Keep your left leg completely locked and straight. Inhale deeply. As you exhale, use the muscles on the side of your left hip to elevate your right pelvis upward, lifting your right foot a few inches higher into the air. Hold this peak muscular squeeze for 2 full seconds. Then, slowly lower your right hip back down until your right foot dangles slightly below the level of the step. Your torso should remain as vertical as possible. Do not lean heavily to the side to lift the hip. The blueprint variables. Perform 12 controlled hip hikes on the left side, then switch legs to perform 12 on the right side. Complete 3 full sets per side. Drill 5. The forward trunk extension glide, the postural realignment. Many seniors drift because they walk with a forward slouched posture, which shifts their center of gravity too far forward and deactivates their spinal tracking reflexes. This exercise fixes the upper body blueprint. The setup. Stand with your heels, gluteals, upper back, and the back of your head resting completely flat against a solid wall. Place your feet hip-width apart. The execution. Inhale deeply as you raise both of your arms straight out to the sides, pressing the backs of your hands flat against the wall at shoulder height. Now, shrug your shoulders downward away from your ears and squeeze your shoulder blades together hard. Hold this complete posture extension for 5 seconds while breathing out. Next, keep that tall, erect posture as you step away from the wall and take 5 normal steps forward across the room. Try to maintain the exact same feeling of length and straight alignment in your spine as you move. The blueprint variables. Repeat this wall-to-walking transition 5 times in a row every morning. We have now systematically analyzed the complete medical architecture of gait stabilization and directional control. But as your physician, I must speak to you with absolute clarity. A clinical blueprint is entirely useless without daily execution. Cerebellar degradation and vestibular mismatch are progressive, ongoing physical forces that occur every single day your sensory systems lack dynamic stimulation. They operate without fail, 24 hours a day, slowly eroding your alignment. Therefore, you must treat these 5 sensory gait calibration drills not as an occasional exercise routine, but as a mandatory life-saving neurological script. Before you leave your house, before you go out for your daily walk, and before you navigate any challenging environment, you must run through this sequence. Turn your daily preparation into an automated shield against stumbles and side impact falls. I want to remind you of an extraordinary biological reality. Your brain and your sensory organs possess an absolutely magnificent capacity known as neuroplasticity. They are highly capable of forming new pathways, recalibrating faulty signals, and completely restoring a straight, balanced gait, regardless of whether you are 70, 80, or 90 years old. Aging does not mean you are condemned to drift helplessly or live in fear of open spaces. You hold the exact clinical tools right now to manually adjust your internal compass and lock in your alignment. Stop letting a crooked stride or the fear of veering sideways shrink the boundaries of your life. Fortify your sensory triad, wake up your cerebellum, balance your muscle power, and step forward into the world every single day with unshakable confidence, fluid trajectory, and absolute sovereignty over your physical freedom. If this comprehensive masterclass shed light on your balanced journey and brought true value to your life today, please take a brief moment to support our channel's mission by hitting that like button. Share this vital video immediately with your spouse, your close friends, your neighbors, or anyone you know who deserves to walk tall, walk straight, and live entirely independent for all the years to come. Let us build a global community of strong and resilient seniors together. Thank you for investing your valuable time into your longevity masterclass with me today. I am Dr. Arthur. Walk straight, move with power, and I will see you in our next clinical health blueprint video.